You are welcome to LFN What's Your Say? Clearly your number one listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name, Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. The role of the Black church concerning R. Kelly's situation has been both complex and diverse. Historically, Black churches in the United States have played a crucial role in their communities, serving as spaces for recovery, accountability, and personal transformation. These churches have also helped shape the community's perspectives on morality, justice, and forgiveness. Thus, the way they approach issues like R. Kelly's alleged misconduct and the subsequent legal outcomes reflects these deep-seated values, and the church's long-standing mission to balance accountability with the possibility of redemption. For many years, a significant portion of the Black church community provided support for R. Kelly, especially in the earlier stages of his career. His music, which was often rich in gospel influences, resonated deeply within the community. Many churchgoers saw his public expressions of faith and the use of religious themes in his music as symbols of shared values. These themes created an emotional connection for many, even as troubling allegations about his alleged behavior began to circulate. To his supporters, R. Kelly's references to faith in his music signified a connection to the church community, one that some felt deserved their support and encouragement. In several instances, church leaders and community members defended R. Kelly, often seeing him as someone who, like anyone else, was worthy of grace and redemption. This belief in the potential for repentance and transformation is a fundamental tenet of Christianity, making the initial support from parts of the Black church community understandable. Supporters often emphasize that grace should be extended to all regardless of their past actions, which is in line with the Christian commitment to forgiveness and the possibility of change. However, the emergence of the surviving R. Kelly docuseries alongside the rise of the Me Too movement brought widespread attention to his alleged behavior. With mounting public scrutiny and pressure for accountability, the perspective within the Black church community gradually began to shift. The documentary and social justice movements underscored the severity of the allegations and called for justice, making it increasingly challenging for church leaders to stand by R. Kelly without facing questions about the church's responsibility to protect the vulnerable. This unfortunate shift in the Black church's attitude toward R. Kelly illustrates the complex balance religious communities must strike between justice and mercy. Whether or not the church's changing stance is fair largely depends on one's perspective regarding accountability, forgiveness, and the role of faith communities in protecting those at risk. On one hand, the initial support for R. Kelly was deeply rooted in Christian principles of forgiveness, faith in one's potential for change, and an understanding of recovery that aligns with the church's mission. Churches, in their ideal form, often seek to support individuals through their challenges and encourage positive transformation. To those who value second chances and the belief that people can overcome past mistakes, the church's support for R. Kelly is justified, particularly it is viewed as sincere. Yet as more details emerged, it became increasingly difficult to justify unwavering support. Balancing forgiveness with accountability, especially in cases involving serious allegations of abuse, presents a profound challenge. Many church leaders who now emphasize supporting survivors and holding R. Kelly accountable believe that this approach is more aligned with the church's mission, to protect the oppressed and to pursue justice alongside mercy. It reflects a commitment to upholding justice which is equally central to the church's teachings. For churches that continue to advocate for R. Kelly's fair treatment, a thoughtful, balanced approach may be most effective. This could mean supporting him in ways that emphasize justice and redemption for both him and his alleged victims. A valuable path for the church to consider would be to advocate for restorative justice, which prioritizes rehabilitation, accountability, and repairing harm rather than focusing solely on punishment. This approach would align with the church's belief in redemption while also acknowledging the suffering caused to the said victims. Restorative justice does not imply avoiding prison time altogether, but rather involves seeking alternative measures such as counseling, participation in treatment programs, or facilitated restorative meetings, provided that the alleged victims are willing to participate. A key consideration for churches supporting R. Kelly's release is to communicate that this stance does not negate or downplay the alleged victims' experiences. In fact, advocating for a balanced approach could demonstrate the church's commitment to both justice and compassion. The church could consider supporting comprehensive resources and counseling for the alleged survivors, in addition to supporting a fair and humane process for R. Kelly. This would help ensure that the church's stance is balanced and reflects a commitment to justice for all parties involved. Moreover, the Black church community might consider making any support conditional on R. Kelly taking full accountability for his alleged actions and showing genuine remorse. It remains true that advocating for his release without an acknowledgement of wrongdoing could be seen as condoning or minimizing his alleged behavior. Instead, the church could focus on promoting fair treatment within the legal system, emphasizing appropriate sentencing, access to rehabilitative services and mental health support during incarceration. This approach would allow the church to uphold its values of mercy and justice, advocating for a fair process without fully exonerating him. It is possible that the Black church could also frame its advocacy for R. Kelly within the broader conversation about criminal justice reform, particularly as it affects Black men and other marginalized groups within the prison system. The church might call attention to systemic issues that affect marginalized individuals, acknowledging the fact that while accountability is essential, there are often broader factors at play that impact sentencing and treatment in prison. This type of advocacy would allow the church to address perceived injustices in R. Kelly's case without making it solely about his innocence or guilt, ultimately fostering a conversation about fairness, rehabilitation and change within the justice system. In focusing its support on programs that facilitate healing for all parties involved, the Black church could offer community resources and supportive programming. This would demonstrate a commitment to transformation and healing for both R. Kelly and those allegedly affected by his actions. Such initiatives would resonate deeply with the church's values and would reflect its commitment to uplifting the community in a way that supports recovery and change. Ultimately, an effective approach for the church in this situation would be to balance compassion for R. Kelly with a strong commitment to justice and healing for the alleged victims. The Black church, historically an advocate for both accountability and redemption, could lead by example in this complex situation, affirming its values while addressing the realities of harm and recovery. By taking a balanced stance that upholds both justice and mercy, the Black church can demonstrate a compassionate yet principled approach, reaffirming its role as a moral and community guide in a deeply challenging situation. Thanks for watching this video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important that you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.